One of my biggest, most consistent flaws that I have when playing Modern Warfare, or any shooter that is similar to Modern Warfare in its design, is that I for some reason think that I am above being shot. And I noticed a lot of my enemies and a lot of my teammates do this as well. So I wanted to make a video talking about how so many people, including myself, are allergic to cover when playing games like Modern Warfare. I will be going over some examples, some tips and tricks, and then we'll just discuss things around this topic. But first, we need to describe the problem. Modern Warfare has very messy, camper-friendly maps. These maps are complex and offer many different angles of exposure for both you and your opponents, and so the secret to doing well in Modern Warfare is being aware of that all the time, and in no way am I saying in order to do well in Modern Warfare, you need to camp. In fact, I don't think camping is the key to success in Modern Warfare, but I do think minding who can see you is. So basically, whenever you're running around a map in multiplayer, I think you should be asking yourself two very simple questions. Where can I go and who can see me? Basically, you're asking yourself, where is the cover? Where's the head glitch spots? Where are the corners that I can lean around? Where are the windows? Where are the doorways? You have to ask yourself, where is the cover? That's the where should I go question. And who can see me is minding your lines of sight. In a normal 6v6 match, it is unlikely that an enemy is in every single spot that can see you, every single vantage spot, every single window and doorway. The chances of your enemies having every single power position locked down, it's not impossible, but the chances are very slim. If they have every power position on a map, then your team has done something incredibly wrong, the game is not going to go your way, you either tough it out or rage quit. But you can avoid those situations by simply reminding yourself to keep cover and look out for lines of sight. You might think, well, I do this naturally. Obviously, I want to use cover and not get seen from, vantage points, but I think a lot of people know that, but they don't actively try that. I have actively employed this knowledge since Battlefield 3, but if you guys watch my live streams, occasionally I'll just have this sort of feeling that, yeah, there's an enemy over there, he knows where I am, but I can probably beat him in the gunfight. It's Call of Duty, gunfights are easy, I'll just go out there into the open and see if I can land enough shots on him before he kills me. It's a mix of an increase in confidence and a lapse in judgment. It happens simultaneously. Like, check out this example right here. So this is a pretty common scenario people get themselves into on this map. They push out thinking they can beat somebody top bar, and no, that is an 80-20 gunfight. That's a very open lane. There's no reason to put yourself out of cover. It is a much better option to do something unexpected and take them out that way. Just make sure you bring a foregrip. I do this all of the time on Petrograd, and it's so embarrassing because I know it's not a good idea, but sometimes I get the kill, so I keep trying to go for it. But using that lane, that coverless, open lane, is such a bad idea. So just remember, you should always have two things when you're playing Modern Warfare. An escape route, which is a quick piece of cover that you can duck behind that is bullet resistant, or just actual cover that you're already utilizing. Whether that's leaning around a wall, whether that is head glitching something, whether that's crouched next to a short wall, whether that's prone by a bush, doesn't matter. You have to have some level of cover. You want to limit your exposure as much as you can. I also recommend throwing monolithic or tactical suppressor on almost every one of your weapons because it just makes you harder to pinpoint, especially if you play solo or team deathmatch. You really just want to limit the amount of ways you can be found. But you might think, boom, this sounds incredibly boring. It doesn't have to be. A smart rusher in Modern Warfare doesn't just sprint down a lane and gun everybody down. In fact, I haven't really ever played a Call of Duty game where that's a viable option. Even the advanced movement game sort of punished you for being stupid. Because if that's what you think Call of Duty should be, you think Call of Duty should be stupid. Now, a good aggressive rusher in Modern Warfare has escape routes. They utilize cover. They sprint up to a piece of cover and they hold the angle maybe for, 5 seconds. They run up, they listen for footsteps, then they move forward. They run out into the open, they get some kills, but they know that as they're getting those kills, they're walking themselves back into cover. See this example here as to what that might look like. Alright, so the wrong way to do this push, and I've done this, a lot of people do this, they come out from around a corner and they push out and they go for the kill. The reason this is a bad idea is because once you're out here in this open area, you are a sitting duck. Not only are you exposed to the spawn over here, you'd have very little chance of getting away. Obviously sprinting exists, but you want to limit that exposure, especially with how fast you can die in this game, especially how fast you can die in this game to good players. So instead of going all the way out to here, or going up with a Hail Mary run to the staircase, we're going to pie this corner. We're going to come around here, and we check, 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 target, kill, crouch, and retreat. What's nice about not going all the way out and keeping us tight to the wall is we can instantly duck back in. So we can come out, duck away, or come out and sprint away. This, sprinting from here to there, is a lot easier than sprinting from here to there. I see a lot of people, they play Modern Warfare and they'll come around the corner like this, go for a target, and completely fuck it up. So what you want to do instead, pie the corner carefully, find the target, and then you can back off. And then you can come around a different angle, you can then watch over here, you can then have them, you can bait them. But the twist to all of this is that while all of that is well and good, using this window is a much better option. So that's just my recommendation. Don't push out and do Hail Mary runs to other pieces of cover. Don't rely on sprinting because sprint out times are not going to be fast enough to fight off multiple people. So what you want to do is pie corners carefully and then retreat back. In case for some reason someone out there isn't getting it, I kill lots of enemies because they overextend. And a lot of my deaths that I watch back when I'm making my gameplay commentaries are because I overextended without cover. That's right, very good. This is just what I'm fiddling with while I edit. Modern Warfare is a game of power positions. It's a game of who has the most cover, who has the map locked down. And while spawns definitely throw a wrench in that, it is not impossible to hold map control even against sweaty enemies. The entire match that's been running in the background, other than the examples I've been showing, is a match where my friends and I were sort of down on ourselves, but we started to play for map control. We started to lock areas down, and that's how we started to win. Generally, that's just how domination works, but it really got me thinking. Angles of exposure, cover, that is the meta of this game. I know that the weapon balance could use work, and the spawns kinda suck, and some people even hate the time to kill in general. But listen, if you think Modern Warfare is a poorly designed game and getting good at it is pointless and, well, frankly, you just don't enjoy the game, there's nothing wrong with that, but you are wasting your time watching this video. If you are getting to the 5-minute mark here and you hate Modern Warfare and you think all of this is bullshit, I'm a little concerned about how you choose to spend your free time, but I thank you for making me a part of it. Look, in Modern Warfare, it's become a meme to say just adapt, but this is sort of part of the adaptation. If you find yourself constantly dying, I really do encourage you to slow down, grab cover, and ask yourself how many different lines of sight can see me. And don't be overwhelmed. If 6 different lines of sight can see you, good. Who cares? As long as you are aware of them, you are actively aware of them, and you are darting your eyes between them, you're fine. If you don't like having that many lines of sight on you, play closer to the ground. Don't go into high areas, grab walls, grab cover, sneak around a little bit, and like I've said 100 times, it is really good to run suppressors or the tracker perk. The tracker perk hides the skulls of enemies you kill, so if you want to go on flanks, I really do recommend the tracker perk. Because the people in those vantage points will see, oh, there's a little red dot on the left of my compass, so I know an enemy's going to be coming from the left. I just saw some skulls pop up back there, that means my teammates are getting killed, I will wait for that person. You don't know how many times you've gotten killed by somebody that you probably think is camping, but in reality, saw your ass coming a mile away. You made too much noise, you made too much visual noise by firing off your unsuppressed weapon or killing too many enemies and then just sprinting forward past them. There's going to be somebody waiting for you eventually. And as long as you remember to have an escape route or cover, you should play a lot better. If you guys didn't watch my don't sprint after every kill video, that's fine, but this is sort of the unofficial part 2 to that video. Yes, you should not just sprint forward after every kill. I kill a lot of people because they kill my teammate and they immediately tack sprint to the next area, which is not a good idea. After you kill somebody, noise has been made somebody around you probably heard. You gotta think of it sort of like a stealth action game. And that goes for many, many different competitive shooters. Don't get a kill and then get cocky and sprint forward. But you also need to just be consciously aware of your angles of exposure. You need to be consciously aware of where your cover is and how fast you can get to it. How small of a target am I is the question you really should be asking yourself all of the time. And again, wondering, where can I escape to? And how many people can see me? Sort of all ties together. Let me show you this example on the map Crash. Alright, so this is a very common choke point. We're gonna ignore this head glitch right here, and then when you come around, oftentimes people will come out here. I've killed so many people from Lamp, when I'm in Pharmacy, doesn't matter. They come out here and they are easy pickings. So, what you want instead is to, when you come around this corner, keep your back to this wall. Then you're going to pie this entire area. Then you can see these windows. Then you can keep your back to this wall as much as you can. As you slowly come out and around, now you're watching Lamp. This is what you want. That way, if you come around here and there are multiple opponents, then you can have an easy duck back. You won't have an easy duck back if you're right here because people in Lamp will see you. So what you want is to be up here, you can come around, too many enemies, run away. You want to have that easy escape route. Now, in this context, our enemy is actually slightly out of view. And while it's very, very tempting to run to something like this white car and take him out, that's not exactly what we want to do. Because once we've done that, we've exposed ourselves to Lamp, and cars in this game are not exactly reliable cover. So what you want to do in this scenario is you want to come around here and you want to pie this with your back up against the wall, watch for Lamp, and then move on. Running out into that open area is a death sentence. What would be way better, just overall better tactic, would be to take the path less traveled and take out your target that way. Hopefully my examples helped. Hopefully my little tips and tricks and the little mantra I gave you to repeat helps. And at the end of the day, if you don't want to have to do any of this, and maybe you don't and you still have fun, then fine, this video isn't for you. You don't need cover, you're too cool for that, that's fine. And if you think that playing a game like that sounds boring or Call of Duty shouldn't play like that, then okay, fine, not for you then. I would recommend playing something else or playing in a way that more suits your playstyle. This video is literally being made because of how many enemies and teammates and my own gameplay that I see running out into the open and dying, not having an escape route, putting themselves in a no-win situation. Make your gunfights 80-20, don't sprint after every kill, run a suppressor, and most importantly, adapt. I'll see you when I see you guys. Make sure to hit that bell icon. If you enjoyed this content, thank you for making me a part of your free time. Goodbye.
Friendly UAV overhead. We're crushing them. Stay with it. Target down. We've got a UAV on station. Ready for flyover. UAV entering the AO. We've got two objectives. Lock it down. There's an airstrike available. On your mark. Stand down, lads. They've had enough for one day.